The Parrot and the Peacock. In the colorful forest filled with tall trees and blooming flowers, there lived a little green parrot named Polly. Polly was cheerful and talkative parrot, but despite of her friendly nature, Polly sometimes felt different from other birds. So she often wished she could be more beautiful, like the peacock who lived far end of the forest. The peacock name was Percy, one of the famous and grand colorful feathers that proudly displayed and whenever they walked through the forest. One sunny morning, Polly was hopping through the forest and she heard a group of birds chattering. She noticed Percy the peacock in the center of the crowd, spreading his magnificent tail feathers, which shone shade blue, green, and gold. The other birds watched away, and Polly couldn't help but feeling pang every eve. Look at Percy, Polly thought to herself. He's so beautiful. Everyone admires him. If only I had feathers like this, maybe everyone would admire me too. From that moment, Polly began to feel unhappy from her old green feathers. One afternoon, Polly decided to pay Percy a visit. She flew over to Percy, who was resting near the stream. Hello, Percy, Polly chirped. Percy turned into her and warmly said, Hello, Polly, how are you? Polly hesitated and said, Percy, you are so beautiful. Everyone admires you, and your feathers are most beautiful in the entire forest. Thank you, Polly. I am grateful for my feathers, but I think every bird has its own unique beauty. Polly sighed. But I have only plain green feathers. No one ever admires me like they admire you. Percy looked at Polly thoughtfully. Polly, beauty isn't just about colorful feathers, it's about being happy with who you are. The next day, Polly came up with an idea. She decided to decorate herself to look Polly like Percy. She gathered colorful leaves, flowers, feathers that had fallen from other birds. She carefully arranged them over the green feathers and hoping to make herself look grand and beautiful. When she was done, Polly looked at her reflection on the pond. She had covered herself with blue, green, and yellow leaves. Her beak was decorated with tiny purple flowers. She felt excited, thinking now she was just look like Percy. As she strutted around the forest, Polly hopped and the other animals would admire her. But as she walked, the leaves and flowers began to fall off. One by one, soon all the decoration was placed by herself scattered in the forest. Just feeling disappointed, Polly sat down by the forest, and soon they said, Percy asked gently, Polly, what happened? Polly sighed. I tried to make self like beautiful like you, Percy, but I thought I could look like you. Everyone would admire me too. Percy smiled kindly. Polly, don't need to get me to look like this. You are special. You are unique just the way you are. Think about the things that make you who you are, your cheerful voice, your friendly nature, your kind heart. That evening, Polly decided to spend some time with other animals trying to change herself and appearance. One of the younger birds, a small sparrow named Sam, flew up to Polly and said, Polly, I love listening to your talk. You always make me happy. Another bird, Robin, nodded. Yes, Polly, your voice brings so much joy to the forest. Polly felt a warm glow in her heart. Next mornings, the Polly flew happier and confident. One afternoon, Percy came to visit Polly. He looked beautiful and smiled. You look so much happier now, Polly. You have own beauty. Polly nodded with a big smile. Yes, Percy, I have realized that I need to be colorful feathers, but my voice, my kindness, what makes me unique. From that day on, Polly embraces her green feathers and her unique personality. She is no longer wished to look like anyone else. The moral of the story is true beauty comes from being yourself and embracing what makes you unique. Trying to be someone else will never bring you true happiness. So, kids, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching.